Hey everyone, welcome to this rainy day in New Hampshire. We today have a 2020 Chevrolet Camaro LT. This is a V6 model with the 10-speed automatic, and so I know some of you manual purists are screaming right now, but I've heard this automatic is pretty good, so I can't wait to test this out today. Obviously, as always, we have a car brought to you by First International Auto Group here in Merrimack, New Hampshire. So please check out their site, check out their dealership. They have a lot of great cars. So let's go check out the exterior of this 2020 Camaro. So as you can see here, we have the satin steel gray metallic color. It's basically this dark silver. It's quite gorgeous, especially with these LED headlights. Overall, this Camaro is very good looking. I actually love the design of the 6th generation Camaro. It's too bad that they're getting rid of this thing and they're not doing a 7th generation, because I really think they've been headed in the right direction as far as styling over, the last like 10 years. And although we don't have Bumblebee exterior color here, I think this Camaro is quite good looking. I love the black soft top. It's too bad it's raining today. I would have this top down and really let you guys hear this wonderful exhaust. So in the back, you can see we have these gorgeous LED taillights too. I really like their kind of oval shaped. It's quite aggressive, and these exhaust tips are also quite aggressive as well. Overall, this Camaro is probably my favorite designed sports car I've had on the channel so far. Alright, so now that I have the seat forward, we can try to slip here in the back. Of course, we kind of have to put our feet over the seatbelt too. So as you can see, these back seats aren't really all that usable. I'd imagine you're only gonna put, someone on the shorter end back here, or maybe really just stuff your gym bag or whatever other tools or accessories that you might need to bring with you. So we have this key that also powers the top here, but we're not going to press that because I don't want to be wet today, although I'm standing in the rain right now. You can see this trunk also opens, and because of the convertible top, it's quite small. Can't really fit much back here, but what can you say? It's a sports car, right? Alright, so as many of you know, Camaros have actually no visibility whatsoever. Actually, the first manual transmission car I've ever driven was a Camaro, and the first thing I noted about it was I couldn't see at all. I just could not see at all. I was trying to learn manual transmission too, so that didn't help. It just kind of made things so much more difficult. And then when I finally learned how to drive manual in a Mazda 3, I was very thankful for the visibility. So this Camaro has 3 modes. We have Tour, Sport, and then Snow/Ice. We're gonna start off our drive in Sport here. So basically every car that has been on my channel has been stock. However, this one has a custom exhaust. So as you can hear, this exhaust sounds really nice, and although we have this soft top convertible here, it's actually not too loud in this interior. So V6 Camaros are often criticized, and I know there's also a 4-cylinder option too with a turbo, but today we have the V6 naturally aspirated. We have 335 horsepower, 284 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. So it is quite slippery out here today, so we're gonna try to be careful on these windy roads, especially when we get to the quieter part of Merrimack. And my apologies, guys. I was hoping for some better weather. It said it was gonna stop raining by the time I got to the dealership, but that didn't happen for us. So I think I'm gonna end up doing another video on this car with the top down for a little bit of a top down, top up comparison between the two. But as you can see, it's raining quite hard here, and I'm not seeing any leaks from this soft top We have 93,000 miles on this Camaro in just, you know, the short 4 years of its past ownership. And it's also really nice in this interior. I don't see any damage or anything on the seats. Everything is held up really well. So on the steering wheel, we also have paddle shifters, which are wheel mounted. You guys know how I feel about those. If you don't, basically I enjoy them as column mounted instead of wheel mounted. The idea being that wheel mounted paddle shifters, you can't really use them when you're turning hand over hand, whereas column mounted paddle shifters, they stay exactly where you think they're going to be. So this interior isn't very luxurious. It's clearly more focused as being a sports car, and I really think, you know, Chevy puts a lot of money into the development of the performance of these Camaros and their Corvettes instead of opting to spend more money on the interior. So you get lots of performance without some of the nice options that you might like. Obviously, this one being pretty much a base car, we do have the V6 engine and the 10-speed automatic compared to the, you know, the 4-cylinder with the turbo that's offered. But honestly, I think that if I were to get a Camaro, my sweet spot would be the V8 with like all base options and a convertible. That way you're kind of getting the best engine while not spending too much money on silly things such as like heated seats or whatnot, because really you're just going to be driving the car in the summer anyways. So one criticism I have about this interior is there's really not a place to put your cell phone. They have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in here, which you have to wire up with a USB connection, but there's no spot to put your phone once it's wired up. I guess you could kind of have your passenger hold it or put it in between like the console and your hip, but I feel like there's not really a nice spot for it in this car. There's no spot in its center stack, so that's unfortunate. So as many of you may know, that this 6th generation Camaro is basically the end of the internal combustion Camaro as we all know and love. So they decided earlier this year to basically axe the Camaro altogether, and if they do bring it back, I believe they're going to be bringing it back as an EV, which is even more disappointing, but I can't control the automakers, guys. So I think these Camaros are really going to see a lot of value increases and maybe just lack of depreciation over the next few years as we kind of figure out what the next iteration of a Camaro might be. So I think one of these would actually be a good investment. However, I think the sweet spot to invest is what I said before, where you kind of get the V8, you get a manual transmission, and you get a hard top, as the convertibles aren't often as sought out. But if you're going to get a Camaro and you really want the convertible, get the convertible. Don't really worry about the price difference, because overall your enjoyment is much more important. So as you can see, there's not many options inside this interior. We don't have heated seats or any fancy things like that. This infotainment screen is kind of lackluster. It almost looks like it's from the 90s a little bit, just kind of the way they included it into the dashboard here. But we have Apple CarPlay, so that's really a huge plus. I think if they didn't have Apple CarPlay, this car would be a huge miss in today's market, just because of how important it is to be able to hook up your phone and get navigation and get your Spotify going and all that. So a neat little thing about how to adjust the temperature in this car is you actually twist the fans here. So in order to turn it up and down, you do that, and then to turn up and down the fan, you scroll that. I just think it's kind of funny that they included those into the fans, because clearly there's just not enough room in this interior for everything they wanted to include. So how might this Camaro compare to, say, the V8 Mustang we drove on this channel? You know, both being priced at, you know, in that low $20,000 mark, you might think that, oh, I can get an automatic Camaro or I can get an automatic Mustang. So I will say that obviously we don't have the V8 Camaro here. I think the V6 one has plenty of performance. Yes, some people might mock you, but you're the one who gets to enjoy the car, not them. So comparing the Ford Mustang automatic transmission and the one in this Camaro, I will say that the Camaro's just holds up a lot better. Maybe it's because the Mustang automatic transmission I had was mated to a very powerful V8. But I felt like that one was a little bit clunky, whereas this transmission really is kind of well mated to the car. So I was gonna do my turn radius test here, but I got somebody behind me. I guess I could, he's going slow. I'm gonna do it. So turn radius test is an easy pass, of course. Although you might think that this Camaro is small, it's actually quite long. You just really don't get a lot of space in the interior, which is funny. I think that's why people buy Porsche Caymans. So popping it into reverse, you can see we have a nice backup camera here. Pretty high resolution, no complaints there. I feel like this transmission also does a really good job at figuring out what you want from, you know, basically your pedal input on the throttle. I just feel like it kind of puts you in the right gear at most cases. And although if you don't find that to be the case, you can use the paddle shifters and they're actually pretty responsive. So this Camaro is quite stiff, so these bumpy roads in Merrimack here don't really fare well with it. Although these big meaty tires kind of try to absorb some of it, that stiff suspension is really gonna hold you back on the bumpy roads. But I mean, that's not really what you're getting this Camaro for anyways. Although I said before that this interior doesn't really have many luxurious options and, you know, the buttons kind of feel kind of cheap, I will say that I appreciate them doing all hard buttons for most of the settings in this car instead of hiding anything in this wonky little infotainment screen. I think that would have been a bad move. So as far as the interior touch points, although the buttons kind of feel cheap, I feel like the interior touch points as far as like the dashboard and the steering wheel and the shifter actually don't feel bad at all. I actually feel like the steering wheel with its leather wrap is kind of nice. The shifter feels pretty good in your hand, not that you're really going to be using it other than putting it from reverse, park, and drive. And then the dashboard isn't this hard, ugly plastic like you'd see in like a 4th gen Camaro. It's actually kind of nice. So though we don't have the V8 with us today, this V6 is quite powerful in its own right. Having a 0 to 60 of 5.1 seconds is actually pretty impressive. With rear wheel drive and, you know, a curb weight of 3,400 pounds, it really uses the 335 horsepower pretty well. So overall, this 2020 Chevy Camaro has been a blast to drive. Although we didn't get a sunny day for the top down, I will bet we will get that soon. So don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.